morning, everybody, from Houston this time. We tried to do a Guadalajara edition, but work only halfway through. But
yeah, we tried.
We tried. Anyway.
And hello to Luminitza, who's with us on Facebook.
And to Jonathan, who is watching.
Jonathan. Excellent.
You guys are well. And we are back from Guadalajara. Safe and sound. The COVID is negative, so
we know that. Yeah.
We had a great time. We'll talk about this in a minute or so, but let's do some housekeeping, John. Right?
You bet. You bet. First of all, if you are watching us on Facebook Live, welcome. We're delighted that you're here. Unfortunately, because we're broadcasting via Zoom, we can't see your comments live. I've got my phone on, Bogdan has his on, we'll try and keep up, but you're not being ignored. If we're not responding to you immediately, it's because we don't see you on Zoom. So thank you again. The other thing is everything we're gonna be talking about today is for sale. So if you're interested, you fall in love with a piece of art, you've gotta have it. We can make that happen. Everything's for sale and we can ship anywhere in the world. So we can make that.
Or if you are in Houston and want to visit our studio, you are always welcome. You can get it right from here.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so let's move forward. Let me share the screen for a second. I want to introduce the first set of artworks we are having prepared today. And that is mine is Ghost, a photograph, a composite that is also in the Fine Feria collection and has been presented at the Guadalajara Fine Fair Festival last week. And yours is Detachment from, I believe, Pancamarga, right?
That's one of my Pancamargas, absolutely. We'll be talking about this one is on paper. And it's called Detachments. We'll be talking about that in a minute too.
Anyway, so as I said before, this photograph called Ghosts was born from the same place as the Inheritance series has been made in Herculane, Romania. And I was trying to do here, I always find that the building itself very impressive outside and inside, and I wanted to create some sort of a composition where it shows both the inside and the outside a bit, just to give you this glorious and massive visual. And it's filled with details, and you can see the decay going on inside after all these years of complete abandonment. And the reception of this building has a gorgeous terracotta fountain inside that was intact after all these years.
Amazing.
I wanna for those Deborah is in.
Oh yay, Deborah, welcome.
Hi, Deborah. Welcome in. I want to share the screen very quickly just to show you the edition I have printed here in the studio, and it is for sale. As I said before, it's a nice size, and has made it to Guadalajara, the Fine Fair, and I'm very proud of it. And it got a lot of hits and a lot of interest, and people were just amazed about everything.
Bogdan, that particular photo of the fountain of the reception area, that's an older photograph, isn't it?
That is a photograph I took in 2010.
What a difference.
Yes, and actually this photograph, along with, I don't have the Guardians, I'm going to show it at some point, were the very first pictures worked out of those ruins in Herculane. And actually these two pictures generated the creation of the Inheritance series, because I put it online, I put it on Instagram, and somebody started a conversation with me about they're taking care of that place. They're trying to close it out, and that would be great if I can go back and reshoot everything. So this is how it started.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a beautiful story. And now you want to talk about yours very quickly?
You bet.
I am going to switch the screen in just 1 second.
Well, the Pancamarga series will go on for the next 20 years, but this was from the first installment. This particular one is one of the ones on paper. In fact, the only one on paper that hasn't sold yet. It's called Attachment. Now, somebody just told me this last week that this looks like a scuba diver. And I said, oh, it does. And I could see the bubbles, but I can't see the scuba diver. That was unintentional if you see a scuba diver. The whole idea about the Pancamarga series in this particular iteration was that of accumulation. And so in all of these pictures, you see a lot of movement, a lot of content, because it kind of represents all the things in my life that have happened up to this point. And I tried to convey that on the canvas, in this case on the paper. I just really love working with paper. I love the way the paint responds, soaks in. This is all acrylic. Well, it's not all acrylic. It's mixed media. There's some spray paint and some ink as well. But I just thought it's a very, very happy, beautiful image. It just exudes a lot of emotion. And I really look for that when I'm doing my abstract pieces. And yeah, I thought I'd share it. We tried to share it last week. So if you were there for the first few minutes before the internet gave out, here it is again, Detachment.
It looks fabulous, and it's coming in a floating black frame that I put together.
Yes, you did.
I can confirm how elegant is. Now, moving forward, we both got into the Visual Art Alliance 37th Open Exhibition, and it makes it a little more important because we had a special curator this year, John, right?
Absolutely. Henry Cooper is the senior curator for all modern art at the National Gallery of Art in Washington, which is quite an honor. In fact, I heard him speak when he gave the announcements of the winners. And basically somebody just wrote him a letter and said, you know what, let's try. Wrote him a letter and said, hey, would you want to curate? You want to judge this show? And he said yes, because he enjoys it. And so it was a great honor to know that somebody of that caliber not only looked at our work, but chose it to be part of the collection.
These are the pieces that have been selected. And what is even more important is he actually not only picked up and curated the entries, but took his time to talk individually about each one of them and why he picked up the work.
Exactly. That was quite a nice touch, wasn't it? It's quite a long video. I think it's over an hour long.
Yeah.
It's available on the VAA, the Visual Art Arts Alliance's website. And I just really love the work they do. This is their 37th annual juried show. This is the open show. There's also an invitational show as well every year. But it's a great honor to be included. Quite an honor to be reviewed by such an august juror. And I think I really like the pieces too. So I'm kind of glad they got in. Johnny, the one I put in, just sold the week prior to the announcement. I've got only prints of Johnny now, but yeah, he's gotten a lot of love lately. And
but what I want to add is this picture of mine, Aziz, of the green hallway in Herculane, has been selected both in the same time at the VAA at the Fanteria in Mexico as well.
Right.
Now
we were able to share that with the people in Guadalajara that it had been honored.
We wanna feature somebody this time.
Yeah.
That's Sarah Luna. She is an artist here at Silver Street Studios, and she has a new exhibition designed called The Ages of Joy, and the opening reception is tonight at 6 o'clock. And if you guys don't have anything planned for this evening, come over the opening reception of Sarah Luna. She has a very, very beautiful work, very colorful, very happy. Yes, it's just very, very nice work.
Yes, it'll be lovely to see the show. We went over and looked at it this morning. It's quite nice. The reception should be lovely as well.
And now let's break up a little with Guadalajara. It happened like in a flash, guys. Yet I work so hard on every day, and but you know, I managed to grab some photographs to show you how Guadalajara, the city of Guadalajara, looks like, at least at the Colonia Americana, right, John?
Right.
Where we had the hotel and where the venue of the exhibition happened. We had a joy, don't you think?
Absolutely, and not only is it a beautiful city, and we had a lot to do, but coming from Houston at this time of year, it was 63 degrees, y'all. It was amazingly beautiful the whole time.
And yet so tropical.
Exactly.
And those trees, ginormous trees with I believe they make some purple flowers in the spring, right?
The jacaranda trees, absolutely.
Jacaranda,
amazingly beautiful.
And the colors and the flowers and the vegetation and the art, it was just unbelievable beautiful. And we managed to have a short trip in the last day to, you're gonna say this because I can't.
Paki.
Gorgeous architectures, colors. Oh my God, we had a ball. But what's most important is the actually exhibition that happened in an old home, actually, like a traditional home, and a lot of visitors came here not only for the art, but came to get a view of the inside of this home. And you know, it looks like a very small home, and yet when you get inside, it's ginormous, and it ends up with a massive backyard. Everybody loved it, and it was I don't know if somebody lived there for a while. It looked like it was empty, right?
Yeah, I think it had been used as a school. The owner is an artist, and he allowed them to use it because it was empty. And so it was a great space in a nice neighborhood.
It was beautiful, and I believe I got one of the best rooms. Yet, you know, they were planning on WhatsApp. They send us the map of the house, and we keep asking, can I have that room? Can I have the other room? No, because that is taken. No, because that is too small. And I said, why don't you wait until we get there and we'll pick up something? So we picked up this room, and I thought it was a great match. That window and the chair, it was a hit, guys. Everybody loved it.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's great because you had these like crumbling architecture, and we were in a room that, you know, needed some love. There were more nail holes in that wall than I've ever seen in my life.
And I have never seen in my life yet such beautiful crowd, interested people, about the art and about what happened with what's this city all about and why is it crumbling, and how about the colors, what are they representing, and phenomenal experience. And to the point that somebody, if you remember, John, we had a lady almost crying, looking at the Sentinel pictures, which is this one, because can you remember the story she was explaining?
Yeah, she said that it reminded her of a room at her grandmother's house, and that brought back all these memories of spending time with her grandmother and how much she enjoyed that as a child, and she just started to get really, really emotional. Of course, you placed that chair in the room to kind of mimic the image, and almost everyone caught on and saw the relationship between the room and that picture.
It was a phenomenal setup, and I cannot tell you guys how many followers I got on Instagram and how hundreds and hundreds of mentions and pictures with these photographs circulated over the internet in Guadalajara.
Quite a large crowd.
I was blown away. I was like, I don't know who these people are. They were just sending me messages, random people that I love your work, you are the best in there, etc., etc., etc. It just fills up your soul, you know, and make me feel very good about myself.
Now let's see, they had to pay to get in,
right?
And we still had big crowds of people. And of course, I don't know if it's because they paid to get in that they were more serious, but we spent 8 hours a day for 3 days, and we were constantly in conversation about the art and about the creation of the art and the meaning. It just, people were very, very interested and very, very responsive to your work. Quite a success.
Loads and loads of people. And I have my first collector. It's, you know,
yeah.
I left home with the idea that if I sell 1 or maximum 2 pieces, that would be a success. Because when you go to these fairs, there's so much work, so much artwork to choose from. It's very hard to make a sale. But for me, it wasn't much of the sale. It was the exposure. It was to meet another culture. It was to show my work to other places.
People that would not have seen it.
And yet, I had Edith, who somehow got to the Finteria website 2 weeks ago, and she spotted this piece, the Emerald Arch, and that was on the second day of fair. We are just closing down for the night and for the day, and she rushed in that she could not find anything else to connect with, and that is what she wanted. She tells me that she is working in IT and a very stressful job, and she needed a piece of art to relax her, and that was it. That was amazing.
Didn't she say this is the first real piece of art she's purchased?
Yes, she said this is the first art, and she has some sort of a counselor she speaks with once in a while, and then the counselor told her a great advice that you need to buy a piece of art and surround
because she loves it so much. Yeah,
and surround yourself with things that you connect with, and gives you a peace of mind. And yes, so my first collector in Guadalajara, done.
And delightful person. It couldn't have gone to a nicer person.
Now, we do have an extended vlog going on about Guadalajara, in detail how we got there and what happened every day. Of course, I put a lot of these small clips this last week on Facebook, so you guys kind of know what happened, but this is a more complete episode about how was it, and with a lot of more footage about Guadalajara affair. Now, my work at the Fanferia will stay with them until the end of November, so you can always go and check out their website and buy from there or buy from me, whatever. Let's say it's me. Look at this. On September 11, which that's next week, right? This is I'm going to have an artist talk with the guys at the Festival de Fotografía Artística in Tucumán, Argentina. This is the last month. It will end at the end of September. And yes, that's another success as well.
And so you've had the Synapses series there all the last month, right?
Right. It's of course in their website because it's a COVID situation, and they had to have only online exhibition. But you know what? It's great. Maybe next year we'll make it to Argentina.
Maybe.
Again, we wanna thank you guys. Thank you all of you who watch us and supported us. Not only last week, but in general. We appreciate everything you have done for us, and yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Very, very grateful.
Can't be more grateful.
Next, we want to say a thank you to Ximena and Raoul, who commissioned a photograph for me about a month ago, but it took me a little while to process the style. They're from Spain, and they live in Houston now, and they wanted something to remind them from home, a picture of Madrid. And to me, Madrid is about night, and it's nightlife basically. There's a lot of things going on, and this is why you go to Madrid, right, John?
Absolutely. Beautiful city during the day.
I had to create a black and white composite about Madrid in the night, and this is the result of it, and it's called Madrid de Noche. And I want to thank you again, Ximena and Raoul. I just met with her this morning. She's an architect here in Silver Sea Studios, and she still loves it, which is a good sign.
Yeah, it's to me, it captures everything that I remember about Madrid. Walking home from the theater, there's the wet pavement, the reflections, the couples, the street life, and it's not that kind of stereotypical tourist shot, of the Plaza Mayor or the cathedral.
And I was dealing with that, and I was questioning, what can I do about it? The first impulse I had is like, okay, I'm gonna choose a street scene or some sort of iconic building. But I said, no, because if somebody would have given me just a building from Bucharest, I would have found it interesting, but not that interesting. It's at the end of the day, it's a touristic picture. And then I have to rethink everything. And I said, no, it's going to be a very complicated one that encompass a lot of elements. So yes, and guys, remember our websites have been updated with more products and more artworks available for sale or just to watch. And please do check that as well at bogdanphotoart.com. And I believe you have some new pieces going on in your website as well, which is johnshopfineart.com. All right, let's move forward. Again, the second piece I chose today, and actually I prepared this for last week because it was such a hit that I said I'm gonna have to talk about it. And this is Sentinel from the Inheritance series, and your is Determination, right, for Banca Manga?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, this photograph, it's now on the Fanferia website, and it's Sentinel from the Inheritance series, and I found it such a powerful image. This is an interior of an abandoned casino in Romania, and when I got in there to photograph it, there was absolutely nothing, and I found this chair in a corner back on the room, probably still wet from the last rain. And I said, I'm going to use this chair to create something very powerful. And this is how Sentinel actually was born.
Very, very powerful image.
And again, I had it at Fanferia this year in Guadalajara, in that setting that I showed you earlier. And He was amazing. In fact, one of the organizers, I know this from Miguel, our next door artist, who knew the guys, the organizer better than myself. After we installed the show, one of the guys came into the room to check everything. And Miguel said when Carly came to check the room, he had goosebumps. The way you set up the room. And indeed, it was very powerful. I mean, it is a powerful picture right here, but to be there, it was like unbelievable.
You know, I think the only drawback I felt like is that when all the photos were together, it became kind of a story, a historical story about
Yes.
A set of buildings in Romania, which they certainly are. But each individual picture has so much power that I think some of that message could get lost, because we spent more time talking about the collection as a whole than the powerful images like this one. This picture holds its own wherever it is.
Yes. But you know, they were interested to know both the historic part
absolutely.
of this place and what was important to me and these pictures and each single ones. And you know, it's about the time to me. It's about they are yes abandoned buildings, but they carry a powerful message to them.
Absolutely.
Each and every in every
image. Yeah.
How about your?
Right. And I wanted to share with you guys Determination. Determination is a 16 by 20 on canvas mixed media, again from the Pancamarga series. And you know, I mentioned before about the path of accumulation, all the things, all the busyness, all the movement. But one of the things I wanted to point out in this particular one, and it's true in various of them, these kind of teal rectangles that pass through the pictures. And I look at them as if they were my own footsteps as the artist, looking back at my life and kind of walking through all of this chaos that has been my previous life, everything I've learned, every experience that I've had. And I'm walking through it. It's kind of my meditation on all of this for this, all of those elements for this collection called Pancamarga. So, I mean, to me, I really enjoy this picture. I think the colors are very, very nice. I think the movement is good. I have my typical little signs, my little sacred circles and the dots, kind of like an Aboriginal homage to the Aboriginal artists, where art takes you someplace else to some sort of dreamland. But I also have my take is my footsteps passing through it. So I just think they're lovely images. They are still here in the studio for sale. And this one is, again, a 16 by 20 framed and on canvas. Lots of texture, lots of movement. I think they're happy pieces. And I hope somebody will like them.
Fantastic. It's 11:30 and we want to say a big thank you to all that watch us today, and that it's Banu, I think she's still living in Moscow, Russia, Shanti, who she taught me and she does my beautiful frames,
Deborah,
Gabby and Ionuț Margarit, Bill, Deborah, Greg, a lot of people are watching us. Thank you guys for being here. It's great to be back.
We are home and COVID free.
Yes, we are back, and we just made peace with the cat who was left alone. Well, she had somebody to visit her once in a while, but there was a big drama when we came back.
And I broke my glasses, and I found these old Buddy Hollies that I used to wear, and they still work. So until I can get my glasses repaired.
Well, until next week. Okay, guys.
Have a great week, guys. Thanks so much.
Great to see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.